right, guys, leg day is complete. And it was a pretty good one. I had an afternoon lift today, so awesome. Sometimes I really like afternoon lift because I'm fully carbed up and I can really push myself. So legs. So I started off with hamstring curls. I went decently heavy there. Well, I'll be honest, I went heavier on everything, but we'll get to that. So I warmed up, of course, a few sets of lighter weight, and then we started with the working weight. Did 3 sets there, really focusing on the squeeze, full extension, time under tension, you know, just fully engaging in the exercise. You know, the longer you lift, the more likely you are to develop that mind-muscle connection, and I think it really goes a long way. So definitely work on that. So after 3 sets of that, my hamstrings were pretty well pumped. And then we moved on to RDLs. I took my wrist straps in so it takes some of the pressure off my forearms and my elbows, because I notice when I do RDLs, it always hurts my elbows because it's pulling on my arms, you know. So it's definitely something that wrist straps absolutely helped with. So that was awesome that I took those in there and tried that. So I did go quite a bit heavier. I did have a little bit more trouble engaging my hamstrings. I felt like I was moving the weight a lot with my back, so I might need to find that middle ground. Maybe try the 60s next time instead of the 70s. But again, just pushing your heels into the ground so hard that your toes almost come off the ground, making that mind-muscle connection with your hamstrings, and really pulling that weight up with your hamstrings, right? So ended up doing 3 sets there, and my hamstrings were done for after that. It's a little warm in the car, trying to get some air flowing so I don't start choking up on you guys. But after that, we did quads. I warmed up body weight, split squats, you know, no dumbbell. Went back and forth, 5 reps, 5 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps. And once I warmed up, I grabbed the 50 instead of the 40 because, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty strong today. So I ended up doing, I think, 10, 8, 7. Those were the reps for the 3 sets. I did 3 sets. Really focusing on going deep and kind of exploding up a little bit. You got to go deep with split squats, I think, if you really want to feel a really good pump in your quads. It just seems to be working for me. So go as deep as you can with those. Ended up doing 3 sets there. And then we did leg extensions. Went heavier than I usually do there. Well, the first set of leg extensions, I was really focusing on going slow, squeezing at the top and slowly back down. And then I was supersetting sissy squats in there. Then the last 2 sets, I upped the weight and I just got nasty with it. I like to mix it up. Like, I like to have the squeezing sets where you're really focused on the mind-muscle connection, but I also like to have sets where I'm just attacking and just going after it. I think there's a benefit to doing both ways, but the last 2 were pretty nasty. I went heavy, did some partial reps at the end, and my legs were pumped. I did my pose down. After my pose down, I did 5 sets of calf raises. I didn't want to bore you guys with calf raises, so I did not record that one. Overall, it was a really solid leg workout, and I loved it. Had a nice little sweat going. I think it was a little warmer in the gym, but I did also push myself a little bit harder. No cardio. We're going to do cardio most of the time, but press for time, you know. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm usually not finishing the lift this late. The diet today has been pretty good because I did do work. It was a long shift. It was 9.5 hours, and I did eat a little extra. I had 3 double cheeseburgers. I had 2 Cliff Bars, and that put me at about 1,600 calories. I think it was about 1,500. So for dinner, instead of having a full-on dinner, I bought some rice cakes and some tuna, and I'm gonna have a protein shake. So I'm really cutting back the calories because I ate a lot earlier in the day. So you gotta have all these meals at your arsenal. If you have a big, decent-sized breakfast and lunch, you're not gonna have a lot left for dinner. But if you balance it out through the day, you can have a bigger dinner. But you also have to have it in the back of your head how to hit your macros if, you know, you're eating more than you normally would. So that's my plan for today. I'll nail my macros at a solid leg workout. That's a successful day right there. But I will see you guys tomorrow for shoulders. Don't let that dreamer die. Keep the grind alive and never, ever give up on yourself. See you guys tomorrow.